So there's one Indian food that I always eat it, and I have to recommend you guys to eat it as well. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Steve. So today I'm going to share with you some unexpected things that I encounter in Singapore. Many people say that Hong Kong and Singapore are so similar. However, I do find out some differences between Singapore and Hong Kong when it comes to environment and culture. So let's see what kind of differences between Hong Kong and Singapore. Let's get started. So for the first thing, it's about animal and insect. If I keep my window open at night, many different insects will come to my room. Some of them got very long legs, some of them flying everywhere. So if you don't close your window at night, there will be insect party inside your room. So be careful if you come to Singapore. Please remember to close your window before you sleep, or else every night will be their party night. So apart from insect, in Singapore, they also got so many different kinds of animals that you can see in the wild. If you go to East Coast Park, it's not hard to see the squirrels. They sometimes climb in the trees, they sometimes just run away very fast. It's also easy to see otter in the river. If you take a look on the river, sometimes you will see otters are swimming inside the river, which is so amazing. However, in Hong Kong, I seldom see otter, I seldom see squirrels in park. But in Singapore, it's not hard to find them. The most interesting animal in Singapore is the lizard. You will see a very big lizard in Singapore. Even though you're going to Garden by the Bay, which is a very famous sightseeing location, you sometimes will see a very big lizard in Garden by the Bay, which is so fantastic because they're beautiful, they are so big. I'm going to share with you an interesting conversation between my friend and I. One day I saw a big lizard in Singapore and I just took a picture and sent it to my friends in Hong Kong, and they went, "Is it Komodo dragons?" I said, "No, it's not. It's just a very normal lizard in Singapore." And then they say, "No, it's not. It's Komodo dragons." So I laugh so much because I do want to see Komodo dragons, but they are in Indonesia, not in Singapore. And I just replied them, Komodo dragons can only see in Komodo Island in Indonesia. So it's really funny though. Apart from the big animal in Singapore, I also saw that the birds in Singapore are so big. If you go to Hong Kong before, you will see so many sparrows in Hong Kong. However, you seldom see big birds in Hong Kong. And after I came to Singapore, I found out that the birds in Singapore are really big. For example, they got so many pigeons flying together. They got Java Minor singing in the morning. This is really wonderful that you can see so many different kinds of birds in Singapore. However, you have to be careful that the big birds like pigeon, they sometimes fly so low and they almost like hit my head when I was just cycling over there. So be careful when you do cycling or when you're running. They may fly so low and then you have to dodge it. That's the things about animal in Singapore, and it's really interesting. And the second thing is, in Singapore, a lot of people like sports, especially badminton. I'm not saying the people in Hong Kong, they don't do sport, but in Singapore, people crazy like badminton. One of my friends told me that if they wanna book a indoor court in Singapore, it's really hard. Maybe you have to wake up so early and get the booking done. But in Hong Kong, you don't need to do that. I mean, if you want to have an indoor badminton court, it's not really hard to get it. Apart from badminton, if you go to East Coast Park during weekend, you will see many people are running over there, many people are doing cycling over there. It's like so crowded over there. As you can see, many people in Singapore love sports so much. But when it comes to basketball, the situation is different. If you want to do basketball in Hong Kong, maybe let's say you are going there at night time, around 8 p.m, you will see many people are sitting there, many people are doing basketball over there. My experience is, if you lose one game, then you can go back home because many teams are waiting, many teams are just sitting over there. So if you lost one game, you can go to another court or you can just go home immediately. So that's the situation if you want to play basketball in Hong Kong. But in Singapore, the basketball court is not really crowded. If I want to play basketball or if I want to just shoot over there, it's easy. just bring your ball and then go to either one basketball court and then shoot, even at night. So the third thing is, people use tissue to reserve a seat. So in Hong Kong, if you want to reserve a seat, probably you may need to have one person to sit in there. Or you just put your bags there to reserve a seat. But in Singapore, it's different. You just need to put a pack of tissue on the table and then you just go to buy things, which is so interesting culture. So I also learned it from Singapore and I just do it when I was going to buy foods by myself. So please don't remove any pack of tissue on the table in Singapore. So for the another thing is about the foods. Indian foods in Singapore are so amazing. If you try platter, if you try naan, if you try biryani, you will find that Indian foods are so amazing. So there's one Indian food that I always eat it, and I have to recommend you guys to eat it as well. It's called Gothru Platter. Unlike the normal platter, you just add eggs or cheese or other things inside the platter. This platter is mixed up with lots of different vegetables. It's kind of like stir-fried platter. So first of all, they will make a normal platter over there, and after the platter done, then they just chop it into very small pieces, and after that they just chop some vegetables there, for example like onions, some sweet peppers, and then they chop it out and then stir fry all the things together. The taste is really fantastic, and I'm sure that you are addicted to it. Number 5, debit card and credit card can be used everywhere in Singapore. Let's say you want to do a haircut in Singapore, you can do credit card. You want to buy food in Singapore, you can also do credit card. Or you want to take bus, you want to take train, you can also use credit card. Even you want to take taxi, you can also do credit card. With credit card or debit card, you can almost do everything in Singapore, which is so convenient. So for the next one is about the condo. So in Singapore, you don't need to pay for using any condo facilities, which is really blow my mind. Because in Hong Kong, if you want to do swimming inside your condo, if you want to do gym in your condo, if you want to do anything in your condo, you have to pay it, even though you are the residents over there. So at first, I was so surprised that they don't need to pay for using the facilities. So for another observation in Singapore is that there's no security guard in HDB. So in Hong Kong, all the residential building, including condo, including public housing, all the buildings will have their own security guard. However, in Singapore, HDB do not have their own security guard. However, there are loads of CCTV everywhere in Singapore, so you don't have to worry your safety. The last thing I would like to share with you guys about the funeral in Singapore. If you live in HDB, you will see some of the people, they will have their funeral in the void deck, which we don't do it in Hong Kong. I don't know much about this culture, so if you know that, please comment below to let me know. So that's all the unexpected thing I would like to share with you guys today. How do you feel that? Do you have any other special things such as culture and environment need to share with me? Please comment below. So that's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you like this video, please share, like and subscribe my channel. I will see you guys in next video. Bye bye.